So first you can introduce yourself and who you're interviewing.
My name is River, and today we are interviewing.
Who are we interviewing?
Gran.
Yeah, so you want to say your full name?
And
Lynette.
Lynette.
Oh boy.
Lynette.
Okay, so what's your first question, River? To your
When-
Gran, Lynette.
What? Who was your mother? Who was your mother?
All right, my mother's name was Florence May Sparling. And when she got married, she changed her Sparling name to Graham Smith. And that's my mother's name.
And so I think when she answers a question, you could say thank you.
Thank you.
Where
was she born?
Well, this is very interesting because my mother was born in Shanghai, China. She was born in 1911 on April 30th in Shanghai, China.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's 110 years ago.
That's right, Forrest. She would have been 110 this year.
Wow. So what's your next question, River? Where?
When
Come close and look.
and did she come to Canada?
Well, again, that's an interesting question, River, because my mother came to Canada twice. She came to Canada when she was 13 from China. And then she came to Canada again when she was 39 from South Africa.
So after she went to Canada, when she was 13, she went to South Africa and then back to Canada?
Well, no, this is off the record. So when she came to Canada at 13, she came because her older sister, Ruth, was 15, and they didn't have the last year of Canadian high school at their school in China. So her sister had to come here and go to boarding school to finish high school. And so my mother came with her sister, and they went to boarding school for the year. Then my mother went back to China again and lived with her family. And then my mother became a nurse. And when she was a nurse, she went to South Africa. And she met my father in South Africa and married him. And then they came to Canada again when my mother was 39, and they brought me and my sister.
And how old were you?
I was 9.
River is the one who has to ask questions.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting sidetracked, River, from your questions.
But do you feel like she answered your question?
Yeah.
Do you feel good about that? Okay. So what's your next one?
How did she travel?
Well, both times when she came to Canada, she traveled by boat. When she came to Canada from China, she traveled by boat all the way across the Pacific Ocean to Vancouver. And when she came from South Africa by boat, she traveled all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to Canada.
Wow.
How curious how long that took. But okay, so here's your next question.
When?
Why
Did she come
to Canada?
to Canada?
No, in a way that's been answered. Do you remember? Maybe Grant can tell you again.
Yes, I can tell you again why my mother came to Canada. When she came to Canada from China, she came to Canada to go to school. And when she came to Canada from South Africa, she came to Canada because it was going to be the country that we were going to live in.
And then here's the last question. Well, you can ask more if you have more. Come read it. What
did she do
Uh,
after she came to Canada?
And the first time she came to Canada, she went to school. So she was a student. But the second time, she was a student and she became a nurse. And the second time she came to Canada from South Africa, she came and got a job here as a nurse.
wow. You know what else she did?
But
She had Gran,
yeah,
but I don't think she had Gran here.
yeah, she
Do you have any other I mean, you've asked all the ones you have to for school, but I kind of want to ask Gran where Gran was born.
yeah,
Do you want to ask her?
yeah.
Where were you born?
I was born in South Africa because my mother went to South Africa from Canada as a nurse. She went to South Africa to help teach nurses. And that's where she met my father. And that's where my sister, Aunt Anne, and I were born. And when Anne was 12 and I was 9, we came to Canada because my parents didn't like the way the government was running the country of South Africa.
And if I am not correct, you were 9 when you came back.
That's right. I was 9 when I came to Canada. Yeah, my first birthday was in Canada I turned 10 years old.
Oh yeah, like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And do you want to ask her the same question? How did she travel? That's a how question.
But
Do you want to ask her how she traveled from South Africa to
how
Canada?
did you travel from South Africa to Canada?
Well, when I came to Canada when I was 9, I traveled by boat. We took a boat from Cape Town, South Africa, to Southampton in England, and that took us 3 weeks. And then we came across the ocean from England to Quebec City in Canada, and that took us 1 week. Now, I went back to South Africa on a holiday, and I went to South Africa on a plane. And we could go by plane to South Africa in about 11 hours.
Wow.
But it took us 4 weeks to come by boat.
4 weeks.
Can you imagine that?
That's like a
11 hours or
month.
4 weeks.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Well, that is a very interesting story, Gran. And River, that's all the questions you had to ask. We don't stop recording just yet. Is there anything you